Hi everyone, I'm Devanshu. I got a message from a friend that something strange is happening when you search Rashid Khan wife on Google. Apparently, Rashid Khan is a cricketer. He is he is an Afghan cricketer and is playing for the national team. Most importantly, he is unmarried. That is what I got to know. But apparently, on Google, the answer is Anushka Sharma. Well, rest in peace, Virat. I searched a few news articles to understand why this was happening, but they listed out reasons that I'm not satisfied with. For example, on this Hindustan page, they say that somewhere in Instagram Q&A, he was asked about his favorite female actors, and then the answer was Anushka and Preeti Zinta, and that's why this is coming up. So this doesn't seem okay to me because to actually do this, it would require Google to crawl Instagram Q&A data, and that is hard to come by in my opinion. So I decided to debug this on my own. I was able to do this because I have some info about how things get powered up by a search engine. I myself work on doing that on Bing. So let's start. Let's first understand what this is. You asked a question to Google and well, Google answered it, right? The more important question is how did Google find this answer and find that this is the exact answer that you want, right? To answer this, we need to look at what they are showing us, what is the experience that we are getting out of this. So you asked a question and then you get a bold answer, and then inside text you get that Anushka Sharma is his wife, right? And then they put in some URL where you can go to. You have some feedback button, and then you have something about what this feature is all about. Before that, let's give some feedback that this is not correct. This is important to do because when you're working at this scale, you cannot be always correct, and this is super important so that other people who look at it don't get confused and you're able to stop this misinformation cycle once and for all. Okay, so let's look at this and understand what details do we get on how this feature has been developed. Okay, so what Google say, let me zoom it out. Yeah, what Google says that they're able to provide us a quick answer and summary, and how they are providing it, they are trying to get the content from the relevant website. Okay, so right from the first sentence, what they say that the data is coming from that relevant website, right? And then the only thing that Google does is sort of try to create a small summary out of it. That is all that Google does, right? And how what that includes, what does that featured snippet include? Well, it can contain the information quoted from the third-party website, that is this relevant website, a link to the page, which I guess we saw that this is the link to the page, the page title, I guess this is the page title, right? And the URL of the page, right? This is what this whole snippet include, and the quoted content in the featured snippet can be paragraph, a list, a set of steps, or a table. Okay, this is what things it can be, right? So yeah, after this, let's again look at where are those markers. So on looking at this again, we see that this answer is coming from hindustantimes.com, and they even provide us a link. So let's open that link. I have that open here already. Okay, so here's the page. The title is Anushka Sharma is Afghan cricketer Rashid Khan's wife. Okay, so the very first thing is this title is very misleading and it can cause problems. The next thing was that almost the snippet is coming from the page, right? So let's search this, right? Let's search this on the page, and lo behold, we have 7 instances. Let's check. Okay, one is the title itself, right? There Google is trying to extract the title, and this is where the fact is coming from. Where is the third? Okay, I think it is hidden somewhere. Okay, one is here. Where's the next one? Okay, one is here. These are different portions of the page, I guess. Okay, cool. So I guess the major thing is coming from here, the title itself, right? And as you can see, more details, this also is here, which is basically this one, right? So you see the problem is that this website has a wrong fact. That is the problem. And the other problem is the way Google is creating fact out of this string, right? And there's also one more thing that we can check, and that is the timestamp. When was this released, right? Because in the reason it was said that somewhere down the line something happened on Instagram, and this is why this is coming up. So one of the best ways to check the timestamp is, well, here. If not, we would be able to look in the meta tab of this HTML page, and most probably they do put that here, right? Okay, here it is. So it was published on 12th, that is today, and then it was around 3 p.m. IST, right? Okay, cool. But anyway, we get the time from here as well. Cool. So I guess now you understand that the answer that is coming up here, the culprit is this page, right? मित्रों, आप chronology समझिए actually. So the chronology is that something happened before, right? Something happened before, and these news sources decided to write about it, right? And we know that this article was published today, right? 12th, and that also 3 p.m., which means that something would have happened before which actually created the news, which means the current experience, the current view that we are seeing is different from what it was earlier, the actual thing that was being shown, right? So let's try to find that. And what I did was that I did a few searches, and then I was able to find out this, and this seems to be the before picture, before experience. This seems to be the actual experience, right? And if you notice, this is the same feature, right? This is feature snippet, and then what we see is that we have a table here, and the most important thing is, what is the source now? The source is some random website called powersports.com, right? And this website talks about his age, height, etc., right? So let's look at this page and then try to find out where this piece of information is. And if you notice that supposedly inside in on this page, you will find that the wife is listed as Anushka Sharma. Okay, so I have this page open. Let's search wife, right? There are 22. Okay, here it is, right? Under the family table, we have that they were married, like this guy is married, and then the wife's name is Anushka Sharma, and then okay, this guy married on 11 December as well, right? which is pure garbage. This is wrong. Other important thing is looking at the timestamp. When was this published? And it was published on February 22, 2020. So which means that one, this is like 6 months old data, and the data itself is wrong, right? That is clear. The next thing is the logic, where people are saying that this something he talked on Instagram and this is how this being uh, shown is also wrong. Now if you're able to see this, google Google's algo is so good and so fast that it is able to figure out the exact same answer from this news article, and it's a good thing, right? In a lot of cases this makes sense. A very good example is, let's say someone dies, right? It is highly likely that a news article will come up first, right? And in this way Google would be able to get the exact data, whether that person is alive or not, and the associated information, and get them on to the page so that people get good idea about that person's status. If you notice, the actual incident happened earlier, Google removed it, but now the news agencies, news sources are writing about the same thing, and it is triggering the same algo, and then it is triggering the same answer, right? Which is funny, to be frank. These things are bound to occur if you're going to work at the scale that Google works at, right? So with this is the explanation. This is how I was able to debug. Thanks for watching, and do give it a like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.